Constipation in children is a really common problem. Fortunately, there's a really easy moo to poop technique that can help children overcome constipation and achieve complete bowel emptying. Hi, I'm Michelle, and today I'm going to show you how to help your child overcome constipation and achieve complete bowel emptying. Now we're going to talk about three things. The first, we're going to talk about the basic setup, because the setup is really important to achieving overall success. The second thing we're going to talk about is the position, so getting your child in the right position for bowel emptying. And the final thing we're going to talk about, with the setup, you'll notice how some children hold on to the toilet when they're using an adult bowl. And this is because they're often fearful of falling into the toilet bowl or becoming stuck in the toilet seat. So we want to make sure that they have a really good setup right from the word go. Now there's two solutions to this problem. The first solution is to use an insert. So there's many different types of inserts available, and you can see them in the image up here. So by placing an insert into the toilet seat, this allows the child to then sit on the toilet seat and then allows them to relax their pelvic floor muscles and relax their core muscles, as opposed to bracing them to hold themselves tight. You can also use, with a younger child, of course, a potty. Now a potty is ideal because a potty assumes the normal or the natural squatting position for bowel emptying, and it also encourages the child to have their feet flat and feel really stable, particularly a younger child. So in that potty position that you can see here, they're going to have optimal positioning and optimal setup for bowel emptying. Now the second really important thing is, as I've already alluded to have really good foot support. So you can also use, for the older child, an over the toilet seat, and you can see that pictured here, with a ladder. So the ladder is great because the ladder actually caters to a growing child, because they can use the first step, first of all, as they're smaller and younger, to support their feet, and then as they grow they can use the lower step, and I used these with my children as well when they were growing up. So this over the toilet seat with the ladder is a really effective solution, and as I've already mentioned, using a potty is great for younger children because their feet are flat and stable. Now the second thing is the basic setup for positioning. So what we want to do is have the child, and I'll demonstrate here too, the child needs to be sitting upright and not in that slump forward position. So if they're sitting upright and leaning slightly forward, ideally with their hands on their thighs or their elbows on their thighs, and their feet need to be flat on the ground. So that is really important as well. So if you've got the child sitting tall, inward curve in the lower back and leaning forward. If your child tends to slump forward, as you can see in the position here in this image, then you can use something like a large picture book to encourage the child to sit up tall, or perhaps an iPad in front of them, or also too, there's potties with actual hand supports that you can see here as well. These are also available to encourage the child to sit upright. Now the third thing we need to know and to go through is the moo to poop technique, and this is the most important part of the bowel emptying for overcoming constipation in children. So it's really nice to make this a game, and you might say to the child, we're going to play the moo to poop game. You start with 2 really deep breaths, because this allows the child to relax and to relax their pelvic floor, particularly if they're a little bit reticent to going to the toilet and using the potty or the toilet. So we might say, take a big breath in, into your belly, and you watch the belly expand and let it go. And again, another big breath in, fill up your belly, and then let it go. Now we get the child to say and you can say it loudly, and you'll notice that if you say yourself, you'll make your waist wide. By making your waist wide, this is where the pushing pressure comes from, and you'll feel that if you put your hands on your side. And you can even put your hands on the on the waist of your child to actually feel that as well. So then the key part is to say ooh. So the ooh in the moo makes them bulge their tummy forward, and you'll feel that and you look for that in your child, the abdominal bulge forward, because that relaxes and opens the anal sphincter. So if you say that now, ooh, you'll feel the anal sphincter relaxing and opening up. When they brace and push down, the anal sphincter closes, and this contributes to constipation in children. So we want to overcome that. So ooh, really loud if you can. If they need to push any further, again. So that is the moo to poo technique. Now with this, you'd want to have the child on the toilet for 3 to 5 minutes maximum, no longer. And that applies to adults too, because we don't want to strain through the pelvic floor. 3 to 5 minutes maximum on the toilet seat. Also too, the best times to use this technique are obviously if the child expresses an urge, or if you notice that they might be indicating that they might be wanting to empty their bowel, put them on the potty or the toilet seat. Otherwise, the best times are after meals, breakfast, lunch and dinner. They're the times that they're more likely to empty their bowel. And finally, it's really great to celebrate their success if they achieve bowel emptying by giving the child a treat that's something that they enjoy and some praise. Say, great work, let's great work on the moo to poo game. Let's try that again next time. So we've gone through a number of things, haven't we? We've talked about the basic setup, the importance of having an insert or a potty. We also talked about the importance of having foot support. Then we talked about the key features of the technique, or the position actually. We talked about the position in that lean forward supported position, and then we talked about the moo to poo technique. So I really hope this helps you with your child overcoming constipation. I'd really welcome your comments or questions in the comments section below. And also too, if you found the video helpful, as always, I'd really appreciate it if you can give the video a like below, because then that encourages YouTube to share this video with other parents that might be having problems with constipation in their child as well. So I'd really like to say thank you for watching today. I look forward to seeing you next time. Goodbye for now.